Basketball fans, welcome back. So there's something that I've observed when it comes to our national teams and our club teams when they operate. So earlier on today I've released a video talking about the real reason as to why Kenyan basketball players really struggle when it comes to continental basketball. Even not only players but our teams. And most notably I'll be mentioning the KPA Dockers, Equity Hawks, Team Lioness that played about 2 weeks ago, and then in the Kenya Morans national team that is set to play this coming weekend. So in Kenya, there's something that is really bothering us. We lack good player development. We are very good at acquiring players, but our player development strategies are wrong, and I can even say they are non-existent given the players that we have. Now there's this obsession in getting imports to solve all our problems. And now, because Kenyan coaches are hell-bent on looking for wins and looking for ways to win basketball games, this strategy ends up biting us in the end. And looking at things the way they are, we are seeing the effects of the imports and you over-relying on imports all the time, especially when it comes to continental assignments. I'll give an example of KPA, so the women's team. So we saw KPA when they go outside. I'm not saying it's bad to get imports, don't get me wrong. I'm saying over-relying on them is a problem. Because when you get imports, they go ahead, they overrun the system, and it's very difficult for you to be able to have your players that were originally there on the team to be able to fit in that system. They make them the system, and they are supposed to be fitting into the system. The whole objective of an import is to come and complement. But in this case, we find people want to say, hey, look, let's just give this person, let's justify the signing, let's play them more minutes. The reason as to why I say this is when you give a foreigner, which is not bad, all the reins to the system, it takes away touches and vital minutes for these other players. Now we come to see the effects of that when they play for the national team. We saw how the women could not be able to play well, and they really struggled. Now, for some reason, I'm finding it hard. I'm finding it hard, and I can't help but notice that this is the same thing that's going to happen to our national teams. Because if you look at even the Nairobi City Thunder, the only way that they were able to go ahead and get over the top is not because of sheer talent like that. Of course, talent and hard work go hand in hand, but it's because of the personnel that they acquired at the time, and they're able to get very good pieces that enable them to be able to qualify for BAL. Now at that, you cost yourself, okay, this short-term success is good, but in the end, the players that you require to be able to have the ability to play for the national team will really struggle, because they struggle to understand how is it that I didn't have the ball in my hand this time, but now I'm going to have the ball in my hand and I don't know how to react. So we're going to see the effects of that. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but kuna vile vitu zitakaa hivyo. And also our preparation is not good. So yeah, that's food for thought. So think about that as you continue to support the national team. Ni hayo tu kwa sahi, but I'll come up with more videos of this nature nikipiga story, so stay tuned.